Welcome back, students. So before we start our next topic, let's understand one concept. Have you heard of test tube babies? Nowadays the IVF treatment is very popular in our country also. It is nothing but the test tube babies. Now how it works, let's see. Bujo and Paheli's teacher once told them in the class that in some women oviducts are blocked. These women are unable to bear babies because sperms cannot reach the egg for fertilization. In such cases, doctors collect freshly released egg and sperms and keep them together for a few hours for IVF. IVF, that is in vitro fertilization. That egg cell from the mother and egg cell, sperm cell from the father, that should be fused together and kept in the test tube and leave it as it is for few hours. That is fertilization outside the body. In case fertilization occurs, the zygote is allowed to develop for about a week and then it is placed in the mother's uterus. Complete development takes place in the uterus and the baby is born like any other baby. So babies born through this technique are called test tube baby because the fusion process is done outside the body parts. That's why it is known as test tube baby. And this term is actually misleading because babies cannot grow in test tubes. Only it can be in the test tube for a few hours only. After that, when the fusion gets over, then this egg cell and sperm cell will be implemented in the mother's uterus. So it is not a totally test tube babies, but the process is being done in the test tube only. Okay. So now see, the next is during spring or rainy season, frogs and toads move to ponds and slow flowing streams. When the male and female come together in water, the female lays hundreds of eggs, unlike hen's egg. Frog's egg is not covered by a shell and it is comparatively very delicate. So a layer of jelly holds the eggs together and provides protection to the eggs. As the eggs are laid, the male deposits sperms over them. Each sperm swims randomly in water with the help of its long tail and the sperms come in contact with the eggs and this results in fertilization. And this type of fertilization in which the fusion of a male and a female gamete takes place outside the body of the female is called external fertilization. Okay. So that fertilization does not take place within the body, it is outside the body. That's why it is known as external fertilization. It is very common in aquatic animals such as fish, starfish, etc. Why do fish and frogs lay eggs in hundreds whereas a hen lays only one egg at a time? Okay. What happens? Frog and fish are laying hundreds of eggs in the water. It may be go away with the flow of water. Sometimes it happens there is no fertilization done. Okay, out of thousands eggs, or hardly 10 or 20 eggs may be fertilized. Remaining will be wastage. So that's why. Though these animals lay hundreds of eggs and release millions of sperm, all the eggs do not get fertilized and develop into new individuals. This is because the eggs and sperms get exposed to water movement. They will flow away with the water. Sperms get exposed to water movement, wind and rainfall. Also, there are other animals in the pond which may feed on eggs. Maybe these eggs will be eaten by the other animals also. So thus, production of large number of eggs and sperms is necessary to ensure fertilization of at least a few of them. Out of 1000 eggs, out of 1000 sperms, hardly 10 or 20 are fused together and generate the next generation. So now development of embryo. So fertilization results in the fertilization results in the formation of zygote which begins to develop into an embryo. This we have learned in the fertilization of flower, in which the flower is converted into the fruits. We have already done the ovules and ovary, and that after some times it is converted either into the hard shell and some is converted into seeds. That we have done in the fertilization of plants. So fertilization results in the formation of zygote which begins to develop into an embryo. The zygote divides repeatedly to give rise to a ball of cells, and the cells then begin to form grooves that develop into different tissues. We know that the combination of cells come together and form a tissue, tissue comes together and form a organs, many organs come together and form a organ system. So here also the same process is going on. One cell is divided into 2, 2 is divided into 4, 4 is divided into 8. This way the cell division keep on going and that becomes a tissue. So many cells combine together and form a tissue. And the zygotes divide repeatedly to give rise to a ball of cells, and the cells then begin to form groups that develop into different tissues and organs of the body. And this developing structure is termed as an embryo, and the embryo gets embedded in the wall of the uterus for further development. The embryo continues to develop in the uterus and it gradually develops body. You can just observe the diagram. Parts such as hands, legs, head, eyes, ears, etc. The stage of the embryo in which all the body parts can be identified is called a fetus. When the development of the fetus is complete, the mother gives birth to the baby. So internal fertilization takes place in hens also, but do hens give birth to babies like human beings and cows? You know that they do not. Then how are chicks born? Let us find out. Soon after fertilization, the zygote divided repeatedly and travels down the oviducts. As it travels down, many protective layers are formed around it. The hard shell that you see in a hen's egg is one such protective layer. After the hard shell is formed around the developing embryo, the hen finally lays the eggs. The embryo takes about 3 weeks to develop into a chick. You must have seen the hen sitting on the eggs to provide sufficient warmth. Did you know that development of the chick takes place inside the egg cell during this period? That you have already learned in lower standard. After the chick is completely developed, it bursts open the egg cell. In animals which undergo external fertilizations, development of the embryo takes place outside the female body and the embryos continue to grow within their egg coverage. After the embryos develop, the eggs hatch. You must have seen numerous tadpoles swimming in ponds and streams. So this is all about how the fertilization process is going on within the humans as well as in the hens. Thank you. Next we will discuss viviparous and oviparous animals.